Jay here for Stretford Paddock, and a little bit later than usual is the Paddock Podcast, and we've got two absolute titans of the Manchester United fan base with us. We've got Joe Smith.
How you doing, mate? Okay.
I'm good. How are you?
Is this how shit goes down here then, is it?
What's going on here?
Am I in view here or what?
Fuck off.
This is shit. This is shit.
No, this is it. This is where it's at.
This is boring as fuck. How you doing?
How you doing, mate?
I'm alright, yeah. Good to see you. Okay.
You alright? I know you anyway.
Oh, you're alright.
Alright. So what's the topic today then?
We're talking. Are United
Defenders in
title
the Premier League
contenders?
and whether Jaap Stam or it was Vidic's number one.
Okay, good. That's good. I'll probably... Who's that about that? I don't know.
It's Jaap Stam's the answer.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, it's all day long.
Do you think Jaap Stam?
Jaap Stam is top for me.
What
What are you saying? You? That was what you were saying 5 minutes ago.
Well, changed my mind, didn't I? If Jaap Stam was today, I might say something different. Put it in.
Listen, I'll leave you to it, boys.
Thank you very much. Are we United in the title race?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yes or no?
I think they have to be, don't they?
Yes, that's what you want to hear, isn't it?
Yes,
You heard it
that's
first.
what
It says it in the title.
I'm
But
not really one for getting carried away, by the way, but we're involved. All right.
thank you very much.
Sorry,
So I'm here.
anyway, where were we?
Stephen Howson's here as well.
How are you?
All right, yeah.
Well, I'm not seeing you for ages because we didn't do the brew. How was it?
Webby went down really well.
Did it? I think the Mancunian levels were kept at the usual standard. What is happening here? Why does it feel like kicking footballs at us? Like, let's not normalise this. What is going on?
Yeah, this is mad, isn't it? We sort of played it cool because Steve knows him a bit, but I don't.
Well, I don't. Yeah,
That scares me.
my heart was pounding then. What is going on? This is mint.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Any road. Yeah, you and Webby had a good time anyway without me.
I love having a good chat with Webby.
He's ace, isn't he? Hey, he's a good lad.
I would love to bring in the likes of Whiteside and people like that and just sit and have a good old chinwag. That's what the Brews are about. A bit of nostalgia.
A bit.
For
Nostalgia.
so
Let's have
long,
it right.
I wanted to call it Remember When We Were Mint.
You did, and me and you went so nice. And what we said, we won't call it that. We'll just do that.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do.
However, we're about 6 months away from winning everything.
Well, that is actually a very good segue into the topic of this podcast, which is, are we in a title race? Now, Joseph Smith over there has been doing his homework, and make sure if you're not doing, you are hitting like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button. We just had Rio Ferdinand on here. Come on. And stranger things have happened quite a lot in the Premier League than a team that are currently where United are winning the title.
Well, I've brought a little dossier with me.
Dossier.
That we can go through.
Sexed up dossier.
I like using the word
French?
dossier. I like the word dossier. And what's the one that what is it that politicians release before their little book, their
Statement.
manifesto?
Manifesto.
So I've got a manifesto. Yeah, no, not, yeah. Once
Yeah.
they get caught doing something.
Yeah.
Now I've got a dossier and I've got a little manifesto of
I was about to
teams,
say your big dossier.
of teams that have been in and around the situation that Arsenal and City have been in, or more,
We're in this, aren't we?
and still dropped it.
It's the hope that kills you, Joe.
We're in it
It's the
twice. We're in it twice.
is.
Wait. 2012.
2012.
Go on, you can do
got
this.
it.
No, we should be in it 3 times.
Yeah.
Certainly twice. 94.
96,
96, sorry, yeah.
the Geordies, 12 points.
Oh, right, no, I'm talking about when we've dropped.
Well, then, yeah. So what did you say? Well, you know the other
12.
one. Come on. Overmars, Old Trafford.
Oh,
98.
You know it.
So here's a few times where teams have had minimum the points lead that Arsenal got now.
Unassailable leads, I believe.
Unassailable leads.
That's a good word,
And
isn't
I've
it?
never been...
Unassailable.
What's saleable, though?
Saleable would be anywhere between 0 and, I think, 6 points. I think in people's heads, 6 points you're not safe.
Use saleable in a sentence.
That's a saleable lead.
Saleable assets.
Yeah, there's a lot of words like that you only ever get the opposite. So let's get started.
What's the
Newcastle.
other one about?
What?
Another proper...
Underwhelmed?
Yeah.
Are you ever... Oh, no, overwhelmed, innit?
No,
Overwhelmed. Underwhelmed.
You just never whelmed.
You never whelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
I'm
think of the
whelmed.
film?
How are you feeling? I'm
Narrow
whelmed.
sort of line.
Yeah, so you're either
Marginal.
overwhelmed or underwhelmed. You can't just be whelmed. You try saying that, how you feel? I'm whelmed.
Yeah. What did you think about Godfather Part 3, Jay?
I was whelmed.
Pretty whelming.
It whelmed me.
Right, I'm going to challenge you all to use the word whelm in a sentence with someone this
Yeah,
week.
that is
yeah,
yours.
and just-
That's a new segment on this podcast. Steve's challenge, and the first one is you go
Hit a
out.
copper.
No,
Not hit a copper.
no.
Not hit a copper.
Not hit a copper is what he meant there. We do not advocate violence towards the police force.
Every day. We don't do it every day.
Yeah.
We don't not do... but what? Yeah.
Don't get trapped in double negatives, Steve.
Yeah.
Everything's all right.
It's fine.
Newcastle, 1995-96.
Yay!
12-point lead in January.
Hang on. Doing my belt.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Hey, remember that when Newcastle were.
He's got to go to Middlesbrough and get something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'll tell you.
When he said that about
don't you worry
Stuart
about
Pearce,
that.
he went
Yeah.
down in my estimations.
A man like Stuart Pearce.
What?
Like Stuart Pearce is the bastion of integrity.
Gandhi.
That convicted racist. Yeah. A man like Stuart Pearce who racially abused his fellow pros. Can't be slagging him off.
I was too young to be
And I'll
watching
tell
United
you,
at the time.
I watched it.
What did it feel like watching that lead shrink? Because 12 points in January is bigger than we've seen
Roll it back
now.
to the Kevin Keegan meltdown.
No, because it was the first
That
point
came
in that
after.
was the 1-0 at St James's, wasn't it? Because if we lost that, I think we went 15 or it was unassailable.
Yeah.
And that goalkeeper, who's like the 8th best goalkeeper we've ever had an okay game. They kept hitting shots at him and he saved a few. Yeah. And then Eric Cantona, who is a bona fide legend.
The 85th minute. It was about the 80. He had a series of 85th minute Cantona 1-0.
It's just
It was about 5 or 6 on the bounce.
It's ridiculous, that, isn't it? Because he's like, if you look at that season, you go in terms of the amount of goals he scored. He wasn't like top scorer by any stretch compared to the other Premier League players. But every single one of his goals was a winner, including the cup final against the Scousers. Like, come on. Yeah, he scored in the 85th minute, whatever it was. Like he said.
So just on that, there was 5 games in a row where we won 1-0. 4 games in a row where we won 1-0, and Cantona scored all of them.
And is that in the Premier League?
That's just in
and
the
then
Premier
you can
League.
throw in the FA Cup final as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember hearing on the radio once. Eric Cantona continues his one-man crusade to bring the Premier League back to Old Trafford,
which took us from second to first as well. That run.
That's beautiful.
I mean, ridiculous that they lost 12 points from January, innit? They took 17 points from their last 10 games.
At least they did. At least one thing you can say about them, though, they did it with dignity.
Yeah, they did.
Hey, it's not like Kevin Keegan made a right knob of himself.
Yeah.
And it was Fergie cooked him.
Yeah.
Massive.
Didn't he say? But
oh yeah, they're doing a disservice to the manager because Leeds, yeah, they play like that against us. Watch what they do when they play Newcastle. You won't see
Keegan
that.
Lost his goddamn mind with it.
I worry not worry because I'd love it, but I don't think it's Keegan levels of meltdown. But every time anything happens, Arteta loses his shit. Like to a point where you think
Pep's
that's
having
like
a bit of a wobble.
Yeah, that's almost sort of childish reactions to things. Genuinely, where you're like, why are you freaking out that much at a throw-in? Like everyone screaming and running up to the like all this stuff. Like, what are you doing?
Everyone's always tried to make out like these managers now have got Fergie levels of mind games.
They're above it,
and they haven't. No, like Fergie did it twice. He did it with Keegan. He did it with Rafa Benitez, who brought his piece of paper to the press conference and went on about facts. Just lost it.
That weren't factual.
Yeah, that weren't factual, and then they lost top spot and we won the league again.
Yeah,
like you don't see that now, and you don't. None of these managers do it. They're all mates. Yeah, you know, like Pep and
it's all far too respectful.
And also,
Fergie just come out and absolutely lace
he'd say horrible things that got under your skin.
How old was I then?
It wasn't even that horrible, to be fair.
12, 11, something like that. And I remember my dad needing to sort of explain what's just happened with me because I remember my dad watching telly. We had Sky at the time, which was the Sky.
Yeah.
So I used to go when you change the channel. You kids don't know about this. We had digital Sky, right?
Hey.
And he's put it on.
Wait a minute. You had Sky. You had Sky in Droylsden in 1996.
Yeah. We had it in 98. We had it in 1989, and my mum wore the number 6 out because Sky News was number 6, and when the Gulf War happened, it was just basically just on all the time.
You were destined for that. I mean, you were your son. Come on.
So she'd worn it out watching.
That's mint.
You wore the number 9 out for similar reasons, didn't you?
Don't worry about that. Okay. There was only 12 channels on Sky in 1989.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah, that wasn't one of them. Fucking filth. Not then anyway. You have to go to German telly for that.
Just on Arteta again.
But yeah, my dad had to explain.
Oh, sorry, yeah, go on.
Because I have a fucking clue. But also, it like 24 News Sky wait. You have to literally watch Sky News and wait for them to talk about sport. And they're like, anyway, Kevin Keegan's lost his fucking mind.
Yeah. Do you know what? That was back when Richard Keys wasn't a complete knobhead. Yeah. Because if you watch that interview, he's really good in that. Because he gets it right in winding him up. It's part and parcel of the game, isn't it, Kevin? You know, one of them ones. No, it's not. Yeah, like proper, like everyone does a bit of that. Yeah, don't they? And he's like, no, they don't. And it's like
headphones on. Anyway, back to the studio.
It's beautiful.
Next up on my dossier.
Slightly
less fortunate and exciting times. Manchester United 97-98. We had an 11 point lead over Arsenal at one point, which obviously then turned to zilch, and they ended up winning the league. We can move on from that pretty quickly.
The game at Old Trafford was the...
Overmars.
He's a good player.
He was, wasn't he? Yeah, horribly good.
Arsenal, 02-03.
That was... roll it back. The 98, that was the best Arsenal team in the Premier League era.
You know what? Me and him are on the same page with that one. It is.
Definitely.
Forget we had 12 draws in a season, lost 6 times in the cups.
2 cups.
And we're going to call it the Invincibles.
2 trophies.
That nonsense.
Could go toe-to-toe with you. Could play beautiful football.
Yeah.
Could have
the right toe-to-toe. You could have a Barnet, add a bit of skill.
And getting a Bowie after as well.
Yeah. Like, just a better team.
None of these fucking quinoa, fucking Herbalife drinking fucks.
Because I think as well that Wenger had got it right for the first time then at Arsenal. Yeah. That was what he wanted.
That
it was
run
physical,
they went on
it was tactical, it was, food and diet and all that stuff that he brought in. But then by 2004, it was a lot of the same players who were past their best.
And
clinging on with people like
threw in,
Gail Clichy and stuff like that.
Players past the best, and then a couple of us like Sol Campbell, I think, joined them in a couple of us. But that midfield of Vieira and Petit, and then Overmars as well was just that was elite.
02-03, Arsenal had an 8-point advantage in March that we overturned and won the league.
I remember I was chatting to you I remember the Bolton game. They drew at Bolton. I think it was a last-minute equaliser at Bolton. And I remember you felt like something was happening. I think we'd beaten Newcastle 5-2 or 5-1. And Scholes that season. Talk about Eric in 96, Scholes in 2003. I think he scored something like 12 goals in 17 games or something stupid towards the end of that season. He came back from injury and just decided, I'm going to win the league.
Well, it was also, we were playing Solskjaer right wing a lot.
Yeah, shout. So, Fergie, mastermind, here's what I'm going to do.
One of the most natural sort of movement strikers that the world's ever seen on the right wing.
Yeah, and it worked.
And he was min.
Yeah. That was great, because that felt like we'd lost it in 2002. For them to win it back-to-back would have been massive, but they didn't.
That was that bloke's first title.
Was it? Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go.
Not that bloke.
The bloke that was just here.
Rio Ferdinand.
Big Cockney fella.
Yeah. If you had just joined us, you just missed Rio Ferdinand on here. It's Steve telling him to do one.
What if he's got planned? Did you hear what he had planned for Sunday?
Sort of, no.
Can't reveal.
Right, okay.
But it would, if that comes off.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that, like you say, breaks the internet.
Arsenal 07-08 didn't lose the game till November, and this one is the reason I picked this one, even though it's less of a swing than some of the other ones. It's Arsenal 07-08. This one is particularly similar to now. Didn't lose in the league until November, and were 5 points clear on Valentine's Day, which is almost exactly the same as what it was 4 days ago.
There was a hint of what they're doing now with that team. I remember that team. I mean, we drew them at the Emirates and they celebrated it. I think it was 07-08. I think we drew them at the Emirates and they celebrated like they won the league. Yeah. They had that element of you're celebrating too early, you're going too quickly. Yeah.
They finished third that year.
Yeah, and United, who'd been there and won the T-shirt even more so than Wenger had, you felt like, okay, we're just quietly going about our business. They were going like, oh yeah, we've made it and all that.
They had the. That was Edouard broke his leg.
Yeah, Gallas sat in the centre circle, lost his mind.
They had a banner in there, which was ironic now, because I remember all the fanzines was like, this is why we've won it. But they had for Edouard banner. It was a Champions League and the Premier League.
Well, did they win any of them that season, Stay?
No, but we won them for him.
Oh, right, okay. That's nice of us.
And we won the Champions League a few years later for him.
I remember, do you remember that Birmingham,
2008.
in that game,
of course.
Birmingham got a penalty.
Yeah.
And Gallas, who was the captain of Arsenal, went and sat in the centre circle with his back to the goal, sulking. That's your captain. Like, what example is that?
Mad, isn't it?
Like, that's head falling off, we're not going to win it. And now, we're kind of seeing a little bit of that with Arsenal.
Yeah.
Losing their mind over nothing.
If we finish
I'd set up playing the fool.
I cannot.
Honestly. I know it sounds a bit like too, Bob, if we finished above them, but you're right. Like, if we finish above Arsenal, it'd be hilarious.
If we could finish second this season, that would be amazing.
Look, if we end up with new owners, regardless of where they may be from, right, we might go and do a madness, right? So they're praying that they do something this year because City will get their shit together, probably.
No, we are going to do a madness if we get owners who bother with spending money, like properly.
So Arsenal
with this manager,
shitting it because they're going
100%.
Fucking hell. Someone's bought Newcastle. City are pretending that they're financially sound. United are going to do a fucking madness. Scousers won't be shit forever. Chelsea have got £1 billion bench. Oh my God.
I think that this Arsenal team,
you're right.
this season is more like a Leicester season than Liverpool in 2018 season.
Well, yeah, they came from nowhere, didn't they?
But that's what I mean.
But
I think this will drop. I think this will fall off.
Right, okay.
Well, Leicester led for most of that, for a lot of that season.
That's a fair point.
I don't think this is the start of their competition with City or with Liverpool or with United or whatever. I think this might be their peak. And I think they're not going to drop the way Leicester did, but I think it might be back to challenging for top 4 again, if you're lucky. Because I just don't think this team is that good. I don't see why it would stay at the top unless they improve in a lot of areas.
The thing is as well, if you spoke to an Arsenal fan, and you know this better than anyone because you do it most weeks, like 2 months ago or 3 months ago, they were saying Saliba's the best defender in the Premier League, right? Now he's fallen off a cliff. Oh, it's Gabriel's the best. Then he has a stinker against City. Oh, actually, it's, Saka's the reason. Not long ago, Martinelli was better than Rashford. And now they don't even want Martinelli to start. They just talk nonsense.
They're always too high. Every win is too good and every loss is too devastating.
You can just be like that.
Literally, in our little group chat this weekend, United beat Leicester. And I just put in there, light work, and Rio put, no big talk. Both of us just kind of like, whereas if they win or lose Arsenal, it's chaos in there.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I
and you just think that's Arsenal fans in a nutshell, isn't it?
Like every victory is the most epic win of all. That says something. That tells you something about this
statement.
team.
I was so gutted, I was absolutely fuming when I was getting the alerts through.
I watched it.
Villa 2-1. Yeah, I was at the pitch. So Villa, I was at Withersham Sports Ground.
Nice.
I'm at the pitch. It's 2-1. I'm buzzing. How you doing? How you doing? Right. And then it's 2-2, and it's like everyone's on the sideline. How are they getting on? 90th minute, it's over. 2-2, sorted. And
did you see the goal as well?
No, I've seen them now.
Yeah, and then he goes up for the corner and they get counted for the
that one doesn't even count. That game was 3-2.
But off the underside of the bar and off your head into the goal.
Who was that the other week that doesn't count? Klopp.
Yeah.
But he was serious.
Yeah,
that's the mad thing. He's an actual football manager.
Yeah. That's like Jose when we lost at Hull, and he said that didn't count.
That was a draw.
That was a draw. Their goal doesn't count. And I was in that press conference where I think it was James Ducker went last week when United lost. Well, some would say United lost at Hull. Like it's debatable. No, we did. It's a fact.
Well, I don't think we did.
I was there. We lost.
So you think we lost?
Yeah.
Okay, that says a lot about your mentality.
Yeah, that's what Jose had. It was Jose having you on eggshells.
That's fair.
Era. Right.
Moving on to the next point of my dossier, a particularly hurtful one, painful one. 2011-12 season.
No, I don't remember it. No, and I don't think we did. I think we drew the league.
Let me use the Jose terminology here. Some would say Man United were 8 points clear with 6 games to go.
8 points in April.
Oh, is that fucking game at the Etihad?
No, do you know what, Steve? I don't think it is.
Well, it is.
Well, I know it is, technically. But before that, losing it away at Wigan and drawing it home at Everton.
I know, but we weren't.
Come on.
We got battered. Was it 1-0? It was a 1-0.
We didn't turn up.
It was a
Can I tell you something else as well? At that point...
Can I shock you?
Not, obviously, it would go down because we dropped points. But at that point, our goal difference is better than City's. We were 8 points clear with 2 better goal difference.
How? I thought our goal difference stayed worse than theirs ever since the 6-1.
After 32 games played in the 2011-12 season,
how many goals did we lose?
United had scored 78 and conceded 27. They'd scored 25 and conceded 26. We had 2 better goal difference and 8 points clear.
They switched it with that win.
Yeah, and obviously because we dropped points, our goal difference wasn't going up because we were drawing and losing.
How many was it in the end?
Let's have a look.
Wasn't it goal difference in the end that did it?
Yeah, it was. It was like 2.
Goals? What was the goals?
I thought it was. I always thought it was 3.
Because you imagine if we'd have shut up shop at 6-1.
That's what I think. Goals. I've always got it in my head that if we'd have just done that, if we hadn't have been United and gone for it, we'd have won the league.
No, that's not right, is it? It wasn't 8. Was it 8?
Apparently it was 8, so that's a lot of bollocks.
I'm sure that they like the 6-1.
So if we hadn't have lost 6-1, but actually won 3-0.
Yeah,
there was
that part of it. It's just we needed to get 1 more point.
We only need to turn it around by 9 goals.
Listen, if we hadn't lost that,
if those 6 goals they'd have scored had have happened, and we'd have scored 2 more than we did, it's a completely different story. It
is.
Do you know what I mean?
Fergie was a ball hair away from 25 consecutive titles.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting, isn't it? And I'm sick of all this nonsense everyone goes on about how Klopp came close and how great he is. No one ever gave Fergie credit for not winning the league. No one ever gave him credit for just about coming, or almost winning it. It was always like, well, that's a failure.
Don't get me started on 2010.
Oh, he's 2 yards offside.
Even VAR goes, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, what are you on about? Do you know what I mean? I can see between the players. Anyway, Bet Victor, last fan standing. Our mate Adam McCullough has been on it. Here's what he had to say.
I'm going to be really honest with that. I'm disappointed with Mikel Arteta because on the basis of we are where we are with that 11, and you've got Manchester City, take that 11 out there and go and prove it, but it wasn't to be, and I think
I do think that's part of the problem though, Lee, that your 11 kind of picks itself every single week, and that's a good thing at times because it breeds continuity in that. But then at other times, if Martinelli knows he's starting every week, that little bit of zip in training is going to come out of him, and you need competition. And unfortunately, City have got it in every.
Yeah, they've got it a bit abundant.
Well, Even Haaland's got it. You know what I mean?
Pep Guardiola is not going to be surprised by Arsenal's tactic. He'll know how to deal with it because they play the same way every week. But why should they change? Because they've been absolutely
the
fine.
only way City don't win the league is if Pep tries weird things.
That's what it's winding me up.
The only way he can lose it is throwing it away.
So that was Adam McCullough with Boothie and a few others on Last Fan Standing, debating about the title race, which is kind of fitting for this podcast. Obviously, go and get involved in the chat and the comments. There's a link in the description. Let them know what you think, whether you agree with them. He was sort of talking there about it feels a little bit like it's City's to throw away. Now, we've been saying about teams throwing it away. Do you feel like that? Do you feel it's Arsenal to throw away, City's to throw away, or United's to win?
No, it's not. It's no one's hands at the moment.
Really? That's how you're feeling it? Because I do feel a little bit like...
Whoever doesn't win it from now didn't throw it away.
It's perfectly poised like that.
Oh, right, do you think?
Because Arsenal obviously are the favourites to bottle it, but they're only 4 points clear.
Do you not think, though, if you're... Because there's different ways of looking at it. Yeah, I get the points thing, but if you're top all through the season until the last week and then you don't win it, that's throwing it away to me. Even if you're only top by a few points. Yeah. To be top the entire, 8.5 months of the season.
All right, but they're only 23 games in.
No, I understand that. I mean, it depends how it pans out. Do you know what I mean?
If they drop it on game 37.
Yeah, then I'm going to go, you've got to look at it. And also, there's that whole Arsenal fan factor of the way they go on about it, the way they tweet nonsense, the way they celebrate, like you were saying, all sorts of everything, and they're practically having a lap of honour after every game, like they've already won it, which makes you go, hang on a minute.
Something else as well on Arteta is won a couple of FA Cups as a player, one FA Cup as a manager, and that's it. He's won the Scottish Premier League, which maybe in 2003 had a bit more clout than it does now, but still, it's it's not a top league.
Might as well be Rangers.
I think this is by far the biggest season of his career.
Nice,
isn't it? And I think that'll get to him in the end. The fact that he's never done this before, winning the Scottish Premier League is decent, but come on, this is 3, 4, 5 times bigger than that.
Yeah,
I think that'll show in the end.
No, it will. I mean, like I said, go and get involved and let us know what you think. Let Bet Victor and Last Fan Standing, a big shout out to them for sponsoring this podcast. Let them know what you think. Do you agree? Do you think it's City's to throw away, United's to win? Do you think that this is sort of Pep versus Arteta? Because that's sort of some of the narrative that's been building. The one thing that was mentioned in that video and that goes in our favour is the fact that them two have got to play each other again. Yeah. On that front, we know one of them at least is going to drop points. Hopefully, for me, a draw would be ideal. Yeah. I just don't want an Arsenal win now because I think an Arsenal win at the Etihad could give them a bit of a lift.
Yeah, I agree.
One sort of thing. Go on, I'll let you.
Sam Reynolds with a super chat because we're all a bit thick. We looked at that 6 goal difference and thought, "Oh, that's too much." When actually we kind of forgot that if the goals that City scored, if they didn't score them, not only do we get extra goals, they get less goal difference. So if it was 2-1, they lose 4 goals, we gain 4 goals. So if we'd have lost that game 2-1, it would have been identical goal difference and a playoff for the title.
Yeah, that's what he said.
But no, eventually we ended up thinking that wasn't right, didn't we?
Oh, right, sorry.
We looked at it and 8 goals,
no, because he said if we shut up shot, we'd have won the league.
Yeah, but when we saw it, we got confused.
Right. Yeah. So we would have had to, if it's 2-1, we would have won the league.
Yeah.
Or if we'd have just beat them, Jay.
I never thought, not very often you say this, but in that game, when Johnny Evans got sent off, and I'm not blaming Rio for that header, by the way, because why would I? Especially when he comes on this podcast now and again. But Fergie waited a little bit too long for me to make a change. And I know it sounds crazy now because he's like a pariah, but Phil Jones came on too late and we didn't have any sort of counteract to the fact we lost a defender.
That needs to happen.
Can I just say something? They had 7 fucking shots on target and scored 6.
There is that. And there is that we gave up in those
The
last 5
XG
minutes.
would have been a right laugh.
Do you know what?
If it was these days.
See if you can find it out. We had 6.
Oh,
How?
oh,
How is it 7 shots on target to 6? What scores the game? 6-1.
I know.
It's the most footy manager game I've ever seen.
I know. It's horrible.
Because they talk, well, obviously the DVD special that they did, which they did.
Of course they did.
No, I
Mate,
mean-
they did a DVD
I mean-
special when they beat us at Main Road 3-1.
They did that, right?
Not Main Road,
You're thinking,
sorry,
what?
the-
No, surely. No, they did
yeah.
that, right? Wasn't that their fucking highest selling thingy of like when the Shakes took over?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure Gary Cook went and did a tour around the thingy.
I
and they
miss
were like,
Gary Cook.
I miss Gary Cook.
He was ace, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was there, Woodward. Like, we needed him to
No,
stay
he
on.
was funnier than Woodward.
He was funnier than
He
Woodward.
was funnier than Woodward.
Everything he said was hilarious. We needed him to stay on. If he'd have stayed on, City would have won nothing. It's a shame they got people in who knew what they were doing.
I can't find the XG for that game. But it can't have been much more than 3 for City. And I'm just making that up. I'll be the first to admit, Jay. That's a guess. So,
You know, most statistics are made up on the spot. 74% of statistics are actually
so
made up.
what do you think's happening then today? Lay out, I know you're not going to say that United are going to win the league, or you might do. Lay out how you think these next 14 games are going to go.
Steve.
I think there's a very good chance United can finish above Arsenal, but we won't win the league.
Yeah. I think we could finish above one of them. That's
I think we
what
can
I
split
keep coming back to.
I think we can split.
Don't know who.
I think if I had to say who can we finish above, and I know we're closer to City, we're on level games with City,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
and Arsenal
Yeah.
have a game in hand. I just think the strength in depth in that squad, and it's mad because Arsenal have only got the league to play for now, and I just see them fucking it up. somehow.
Yeah.
Well, they are still in the
Europa League, and
aren't
they're still in it, aren't they? We've just got this extra game because
Yeah.
referees did us over as usual.
But they're not going to be up for it, are they? Do you know what I mean? They're obviously just going to prioritise the league. What
It
do you
is-
think, Jay?
I've said all along that, unfortunately, I think City will get over the line, and I still feel like that.
And I'm happy with that because I don't count them titles.
Yeah.
No, that's it. And there's a good chance the Premier League won't count them as well when the investigation's finished. You might not be alone on that one,
Stay
mate.
tuned for the sausage roll party.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you do if, I know it's back to sort of 2-week-old news, if we get given the 2012 title,
We're not going to get given the title.
No.
They'll just strip them.
Yeah, but I think he's right.
just for argument's
All
sake,
right.
let's
Oh.
say,
I'm going to be going.
what would you actually do?
I'm going to be going into that museum at United and writing it on the board.
I think they might do that already. No, let's get
I think they're like, oh no, stop what you're doing.
Let's get a bare-chested, marauding Stephen Howson to come and write it with a Sharpie instead. Absolutely bladdered off his tits with the bottle of rum in his hand.
24, Man United.
Exactly. I'm just
What
gonna
would you do?
spend the next 6 months making memes of the Aguero goal.
Would you be that happy?
Hey, Aguero!
No, I'm just gonna make as many of them as I can.
Would you
like
actually
that's
be that
gonna be my
happy?
full-time job?
Would it?
Joe,
would it?
shut the
But no, but
fuck
genuinely
up.
though, because it's you can't. We're never going to get the moment back. So we've lost that. There's
I
no.
reckon.
There's no
I reckon
memory of
that
us winning it.
That judge's statement when he reads out whatever the fuck's going on is going to look like the Aguero.
That
goal.
might.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
point.
He's right.
Fuck it, take
Yeah.
that, bastard.
We'd be really massively.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
But I'm honest. Seriously though.
You see that run bar? He's getting on it.
But do
He's
you know,
probably
like,
right.
when people get their Olympic medal stripped, do you think the person in silver place went, "Oh, I beat them then"?
Yes.
Do you
Do
think?
ya?
Do you think Carl Lewis in 1988 when he stripped Ben Johnson went, I don't want that gold?
No, I'm not saying that don't want it, but I'm
Right.
saying
I'll have
he
it.
knows that he lost the race. He knows that Ben Johnson ran past him.
Have you seen that cartoon
They don't
meme
count, though.
where it's the guy
I
know.
spraying the champagne?
Yeah.
And then it zooms out and he's like sixth.
Yeah.
That.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'll love it
take
as
it.
well. But what will you be cheering? Will it feel? It won't feel like an actual title. Will
Fucking
it?
right
It will.
it
It
will,
will. Okay.
It'll probably feel like the best title ever.
Because the first
Genuinely.
one we've had in
It'll feel better than
10 years.
93.
Right, all right. When have we ever won 4 titles at once?
Yeah.
That's true.
When have you ever won titles on a Tuesday morning?
When is Solskjaer ever won titles?
Yeah.
I love that.
It's,
you know what I mean?
I said it the other week. It was like, what my fucking medal?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It'll be mint.
7
No, it will be.
And the meltdown from City fans
That's my favourite
will
bit.
be biblical.
That is actually my
And that'll be
favourite bit.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Because there's a part of me like Steve's thinking, it's not really like, you don't really, like to win a title this time. But because of their reaction, it's mint.
And then just
it's
going from,
almost
like,
worth
6
it.
to 2.
It's almost worth this 11 years of nonsense just for that.
Yeah,
Do you know
that's
what I mean?
Like,
Like,
yes.
I
Are we
would
getting
settle.
them? No. Am I counting them?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
would settle. I think he's right. I don't think they'll give it us. I think there's a slim chance they might take them off him. I doubt it, but they might. They might
What's
just
the
go.
sanctions, though? You can't find unlimitedly rich people.
But I know, but unfortunately, the
I think
rules
probably-
as they
I
stand
think
only
more-
have that sort of thing in there.
I think more
don't have
likely
anything
they
else.
go like, look, right,
Just piss on my chips, Joe.
we're gonna give you a 15-point reduction or something, and then City appeal and get it knocked down to 9.
There's no appeal.
Oh, sorry, there is no appeal. Yeah, you're right.
No, there is appeal. It's just not.
Oh, not
CAA.
CAS. Right. So then
There's other ways to appeal. I think you can go to just like.
Well, what I read was like this guy's decision's final.
Oh right, I thought the
So
thing
you're already
was.
complaining about who he is. And
do you not feel though, just at the moment, the way things are going?
Yes.
Like, I know this is a picture set up for that, but Ten Hag's saying everything right in his press conference, in his interviews. He's exuding authority, calmness. Even the bit where he's walking down the tunnel, getting the fans going. You're just with him, aren't you?
him.
You're with him. Pep's apologising for statements he's making about Steven Gerrard, which is hilarious, by the way.
Yeah.
Arteta is just acting like a lunatic on the touchline and getting far too emotional. Like,
was
one manager
your
out of 3 looks like he's on
You'd
it.
be like, keep an eye on him. Because he's literally like, where is he? Oh, he's got his head down the toilet again.
Yeah.
He's asking you to spank him. Yeah. Like he's got a really weird side to him, hasn't he? Actually,
You speak from experience there, don't you?
not my toilet. It was a communal toilet, so it's different. But you know what I mean? He's got one of them things of like, you don't really know what's going on. Look at his eyes on that. Go on that wide again. Look at his eyes. He's got the eyes of an unhinged animal.
The pair of them are under pressure.
Eric Ten Hag looks just
Like,
looks like...
Ten Hag, you've got 400 games this week. And he's like, yeah, we'll take it.
We'll just play.
You wouldn't know that we had no
mid.
midfield against Barcelona.
Oh.
Like no one's left. We've got basically just the last scraps of a midfield to play for the last month.
And no centre half.
And you wouldn't
Yeah.
know.
Like Luke
You
Shaw
just
at
wouldn't
centre
know.
half.
Yeah.
Like
He's doing things that he shouldn't do and they're working. And he's
Jose
just so
loves a
chill
whinge.
about it.
Jose
Like-
loved it.
Breaking news on Sky Sport. Liverpool owner John Henry insists the club is not for sale, but investment talks are ongoing.
Oh, brilliant. I hope the Glazers are involved in those investment talks.
Imagine they just went.
Do you see
Glum.
some of the stuff that was coming out last night where it was like the Glazers aren't really happy with some of the statements being made by people talking about getting the club back to greatness? I'm like, do they think they did a good job?
Yeah, I think they do, because I think they're surrounded by yes men in Tampa going, you know what? Look at all the money
What's this mean?
you spent. Yeah.
What does this mean?
What's
Don't
this? Who the hell's
Back
this?
to greatness.
What do you mean? Following on from last season's greatness?
Yeah. Do these people forget we finished 6th last season?
I
Eh?
wonder that.
Yeah.
They'll probably say stuff like, we've been the top English team in the Forbes money list for 17 of the 18 seasons we've been here. Stuff like that. You know what
It
I mean?
is minging, and it still annoys me the fact they're going to walk away from this with a lot of money.
Can I just propose a hilarious situation that just came to me when...
We'll be the judge of whether it's hilarious or
imagine
not.
the Glazers sold United for 5 billion and bought Liverpool for 2. That's 3 billion profit and they can stay in the game.
Imagine they bought Liverpool with a
So you only
leveraged
get a bucket and a
buyout.
half.
Yeah,
Imagine
a
that!
leveraged buyout, and he appointed Woodward CEO.
Oh my God.
Is he a Liverpool fan?
Yeah.
Isn't that the rumour?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
I want that to be
Oh
like
my
WWE, just fucking his entrance music. That's Woodward's music. It's just like fucking bouncing up and down.
Google, can I wank on her?
He's already searched it. Just go and see
Why is
previous
it
searches.
purple?
Oh,
Why
shit.
is that purple?
I put Nair by accident hair removal cream, and people are saying, "Do not do that." Yeah, burning sensations and the rest, mate. Yeah,
The link,
that'd be the funniest thing I've ever
Jay,
heard.
the link was
we
purple.
did, yeah.
Why was the link purple?
It wasn't purple. It was. Oh no, it was purple. Actually.
What time are we on there, Arkid?
We're on 5:15. I've got a few super chats. Let's get
Go
through
on,
these.
get through the
Dale
super chats,
Gibson says Webby is a United legend, but
Agreed.
I
Webby.
die a little every time Webby called Steve.
Me too.
I like it when you get called Steve. It's funny. Clayton M says Wout Welmhorst, because he's just Wellman, he's not underwhelming or overwhelming, needs to be rested against Barca.
No.
Thoughts?
No.
For who?
No.
For me.
Can
think he's next on the list.
I thought he did all right in the new camp.
I thought it was good.
I know he missed that one-on-one, but I
He
thought
keeps-
he did a good job.
He keeps making United's chances of winning greater than
Yeah.
when he's not playing, I think. I think we are more likely to win.
And
with
like
him
you
playing.
saying, what's the alternative? You're going to put Martial in a wheelchair and wheel him onto the pitch. He's not fit. He ain't going to be fit now.
The alternative is Rashford up front, Garnacho and Sancho.
And even
innit?
that is flawed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Vegos does a job.
4-4, fucking 2.
Thank you. Do you know what I mean? Just trust in the
Come
guy.
full circle.
Yeah.
Peter Kelly says, just before the City game, for us to do the quadruple, it was 1,000 to 1. Now it's down to 500 to 1. Can't wait for the Barca game. Was lucky enough to get a ticket too. Good stuff. Jack Lynch says, who would you buy in the summer, Jude Bellingham or James Maddison? When Keegan lost it, I knew United would win the league. Surely Bellingham.
Out of those two,
Yeah.
I don't think Madison's quite in the same class as Jude Bellingham.
I think we've got more players like Maddison as well.
Yeah.
The Tina Telefson Tatoka says, if we look at our form, we are contenders, and maybe we are also favourites to win the league. 21 has come into a stadium near you.
We're not favourites.
Tina says we might be, so.
No, but we're not.
Okay. Asim says, Joe, who's better than Arteta? I think Ten Hag is.
100%.
I think Ten Hag's a great
100%.
manager. I think he's ace.
Yeah.
Literally, let's play the game of what could he have done better?
That is a good game.
Even this early doors,
Jordan reckons his suit might have fit a bit better.
Yeah, even early doors, I understood why he did what he did, why he gave Maguire a chance at centre back, why he sort of kept with that team that he did for the first couple of games, why Ronaldo was getting games. It made sense. Like, you had to sort of almost give him a chance to go, this ain't working, and go to the board and go, look, we need different players because look what I'm working with here, we're going to end up disastrous. So he had to do that, I feel.
Yeah.
Or he was justified in doing that.
Brian Casey makes a point.
He often does, Brian Casey, he's always in the chats.
Yeah, he is. He said he could have sold Ronaldo sooner. And on that, I almost think we needed to see it unfold the way it did for him to get that sort of risk-free version of getting rid of Ronaldo.
I don't think it was his choice.
Do you not? You think he would have got rid of him in the summer?
I think he was happy for him to leave in the summer. And I think someone at the board went, absolutely not. Ronaldo? No. And also, probably an extra bit to that was, nobody wanted him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have accepted Al Nassr before the season started.
No.
He accepted halfway through because then people have seen you and you know how shit you
I
are.
think you saw those Europa League games against the likes of Ammonia and Sheffield. He was it Ammonia away where he was pretty bad against a team that's poor.
Yeah,
that's got to be a wake up call for you.
Yeah. David Jones says managed to get a £10 bet on at 88 to 1 for United to win the league.
I got 66 to 1.
We're currently 14 to 1.
I got 66.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
Arsenal and City are roughly both at even. City slightly favourites, but really close.
It fluctuates so quickly though. Like when we drew against Leeds, my cash out was lower than what I'd put on.
20 grand.
It was like
it was only 20 grand.
Yeah, I wish. And then like following a couple more games, it's back into profit. So it is going to fluctuate. As you mentioned earlier, with all the examples you gave us, there could be some twists and turns. In this title race, and who knows?
We don't play in consecutive competitions for ages. It's like Europa League, EFL,
FA Cup,
then the league.
Yeah, I just feel for us that game at Anfield's massive. I think if we get a win at Anfield, then me and you going back upstairs to your room bar.
I think even if we just avoid defeat, it probably keep it.
Yeah.
Because that's the move against your rivals away.
Yeah, Anfield, unfortunately, is.
I take a draw now.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult.
I'd lock that in.
But I also wouldn't put it. I know that silly ball bastard's going. I'll have a plan to win.
We'll beat him.
I think he could do like a Van Gaal with Wanfield, where he just comes up with a tactic that's perfect.
I think we'll look good against him. I think it will almost be like the Chelsea game. Do you know where we didn't win it, but if both teams had scored all their chances, we would have done. Where he put out a good team with good tactics that almost did enough, but in the end it was only a draw. I feel like it might be that kind of game against Liverpool.
I was looking forward to seeing Sabitzer and Casemiro together as well.
Yeah.
So when we had Florian Plettenberg on, he was saying those two together, you got a good combo there, and we've not seen it yet, have we?
Can we talk about Wallies of the Week?
Yes, please.
Who's yours, Jay?
Do you know what? I'm going to be a bit boring here and just say just VAR, because it's just boring and wrecking. It's wrecking things. I was at a game the other day, and when Rashford scored that goal, his second, I think it was, and like you've got no respect to them, but basically pissheads in the Stretford end who were stood round me, who are my friends, going,
who I respect, who I trust my children with.
Yeah. Who going, he's onside there. Even I can see he's onside, and you think is a.
Yeah, from the flat angle, looking directly at it, no across the line or anything.
But they were right, he was. And it's like we had to wait for 2 minutes for him to do the VAR thing. And then you've got people screenshotting the wrong bit of it, going, look, he's not offside. And you're like, you've missed the player out, playing him onside. It's wrecking it. It's not helping. Just get rid of it. I'm done with it, man.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. I just don't see the point in it. It's not helping anything. What has it made better?
Nothing.
It's like Brexit, where you before it came in, people were making arguments as what it could improve, and then it happens, and really, you knew all along it wouldn't. But then it happens, and you go, what has it made better? How has it improved football? People go, it's not the ref's fault, it's not the technologist's fault. Well, who cares?
And refs are just copping out and making decisions as well.
Video ref in rugby league ruined it.
It is making football worse. I can't, honestly, I've not... People say it's not the technology's fault, it's the people. Don't care. It's still happening to the football matches I'm watching. If it's not helping, fuck it off. It's not helping.
It's not even added drama, it's just added nonsense.
Yeah.
Steve?
Wally of the week.
Who I want to say would get me in trouble with our league.
Right, don't get yourself in trouble. You've got enough on your plate without adding to it.
Who's pissed me off this week?
Try and keep it down to 47 people if you can.
Can I pick mine?
Yeah, go on.
Mine's a bit controversial, I think. Everyone reacting to a screenshot of the Sabitzer tackle saying it was a red card when it wasn't. Because he isn't. He kicks him on the knee, but because at the point of contact his leg is straight, it looks like a red card, and I get that.
Looks like he's steamed in.
But he hasn't. It's like he's flicked his leg to the side and kicked him. And it just happens at the point that it touches his leg is straight. But it's a flick. It's a leg flicked out to the side. There's no power behind it. He's not driving through. It's a flick out to the side.
Screenshots of tackles.
Do you remember when
slow-mo as well?
Mayweather punched Conor McGregor on the nose?
Yeah.
And it was like a little boop, dunk. But when you freeze it, it looks like he's splattering his nose all over his face, and he barely touched him. It was like a boop. It was like that. And like it looks awful on a screenshot when you watched it. And let's say, all right, I know the guy at the deck and was moaning and all that, but he got up not long after him. It was fine. It's just people want to, ban him for the final. Bore off.
That might be fair. Soonest.
Yeah, Graham Sagers there has just said Graham Souness. So
what's he done this week? I lose count. I lose track.
So during the game, he just lost his marbles over Sabitzer's tackle, and then even after the game, it was kind of just like refusing to just say anything positive about it. It's beyond parody, and having him on feels a bit Jeremy Kyle about it now, if you know what I'm saying. However, if anyone's got his contact details, I would like to book him for the next time United win a trophy under the guise of it being some sort of Liverpool reunion. Because I want
Katie Hopkins style.
I want to see, let's have him for the, what is it? Let me try and think of something really quick on the spot. The circle of union of national
treasures
that are Liverpool fans.
Get booked in that.
Yeah, and then have it for like a big United sausage roll party.
Yeah,
it is lazy, like you say. It annoys me because you pay money for that for Sky.
Yeah,
well, I'm not neutral. I'm not on Sky.
No, and it's like a bit of insight and a bit of objectivity. And I don't mind a little bit of biasness.
No, I don't mind that.
I don't mind Jamie Carragher, who wears his out on his sleeves as a Liverpool fan. Gary Neville used to be a United fan. Now he tries to water it down a lot. I'm sure he still is, but he doesn't. He's not as overt about it. But that's just nonsense.
It's not even that he praises Liverpool; it's that he refuses to praise United. At least Carragher will do that.
Yeah.
Carragher will say, "No, Ten Hag's doing a great job." He even said, "I was wrong on Martinez." Like he'll say that eventually, but Souness just will never give any praise or anything ever.
I love it, mate. All these pundits and everything hating us.
I know.
Do you remember when they used to feel when we had Ragnick in that, and they'd be sticking up for him, and you'd be like, now they hate us. Yeah. It's like every decision they go mad about. Every goal we scored shouldn't count. Every player should have been sent off. It's all the usual stuff we used to get on the Fergie. It's mint. I love it.
Yeah, I love the things whereas like Giggs wasn't good. He was just in a great team. But then they go through the entire team. Well, Keane wasn't good. He was just in a great team. Scholes wasn't good because he was just in a great team. Gary Neville definitely wasn't good. He was just in a great team.
He was poor.
And then you're like, well, who the fuck was good in the team then?
Yeah.
And Fergie wasn't good. He just had a great team.
Yeah. He just had the most money. He had the most money, Fergie.
Factually not true.
Yeah.
Proven so many times, and people just reel that yarn out all the time.
Scholes is overrated. You go through the whole 25-man squad and go, they were all overrated. It wasn't them that was good. It was the other ones.
You've
said everyone.
Innit, men just following United a minute. It's so just, I love it. Honestly, it is fucking.
If we go back to what it was like when I was growing up, because I was spoiled, right?
Yeah.
So my first season's 1990. I missed the FA Cup final 1990. My first cup final was actually the League
typical
Cup.
Typical YouTuber. Right? I was only 6. Pathetic.
But that first season, 91. So I've come into a team that's just won something.
Yep.
We win something in my first season. Cup Winners' Cup. You might remember.
Don't get any bigger than that, literally.
We have, and I went to the League Cup final that year and got the ball, and we lost. John Sheridan. Chef Wednesday. Bastards. 92. Wasn't allowed to go because I was ringing up the 0898 numbers, club call and that. And Spent 134 quid. In 1992, probably buy an house for that.
Yeah.
So my dad didn't let me go, he sold me a ticket.
Rightly so.
Went on his own. Bastard.
You need to learn.
So, for those following the story, it's not the first time he shafted me for a League Cup final ticket.
I'm saying
more
nothing.
on that later.
I'm saying nothing.
93 we win the league. 94 win the double. So in my teenage years, I'm just thinking,
That's like me.
fucking all right.
This is
Isn't it?
it.
My first season, without going with my dad, was the 92-93 season. And we went on to win another 13 league titles.
So from that all the way through to the 2000s, this is fucking easy peasy, man. No, from my starting going till I was nearly 30, we just fucking, all that glitters is at Old Trafford.
It was just
And then
unreal.
you just like mint. Now,
I always feel bitter that I only got 15 years.
I feel bad. I feel not. You're all right because you're sort of old enough, but I feel bad for like the younger fans who are like 21, 22.
Yeah.
Look at my dad, right?
And
So
what have they seen?
he sees us win a title. He don't even remember this one, but my granddad says sees us win a title in '65
Yeah.
when he was 5.
Yeah.
Sees us win it in '67, which is the one he remembers. He thinks
He's the
that's
same
his
age
first
as my
game.
dad, then, yeah.
And then sees fuck all for 26 years,
Yeah.
couple of FA Cups,
Yeah.
and then obviously saw what had gone on since. Now, our little period of downtime, we still won a couple of pots. We just didn't win the league. And yeah, it's been minging, and everything that's gone on with the Glazers has been distasteful, at least. But, you know, if we get ambitious owners come summer, mate, we are back to ruining childhoods again.
Honestly, I don't want to get
amazing.
carried away, but I definitely feel like it's the beginning of a dominant era that's going to last for at least 10 years.
And the good thing is,
10! The fuck are you talking
10
about?
generations.
Sorry.
Jay,
I said at least.
Jay,
I was edging my bets a bit.
Jay, we are about fucking 4 months from it looking like Scotland.
City, 3rd division, was just winning it 50
Do you remember
years
like
in a
that
row.
season when United didn't make it 14 in a row? Pathetic.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Cried like a fucking dog.
Joe, where can people find you?
Joe Smith 93 on Instagram and Twitter, and on the Sloppy Joe's podcast.
Stephen Howson, where can people find you?
Oh, Vibe with 5 probably just been uploaded.
Is that real Fernand?
Yeah.
Is that?
What, you get him on your
Oh,
podcast
there's
as well?
Nice of you to get him on there.
There's a great bit. Ash Williams has come on. Ash, Joel's fucked up here because he's asked the comments, who do they want to see more of, Ash or Joel?
Wow.
I don't think
Wow.
that poll's going to go well for him. Ash brought a match-worn, swapped Terry Henry shirt as a peace offering. As he's talking, he's like, listen, I've got a present for you. And Joel's like, don't want it. And he's pulled it out and he's gone, oh, I do want it.
I was about to say, if you're an Arsenal fan,
So then,
that's like
anyway,
gold.
here's the true story. Ash has left with it. Let's not let him have it.
Wow.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Fucking right it is. So go and check that out because that's fucking
Ungrateful.
hilarious.
Yeah, go and check that out. Sounds hilarious. Thanks to Real Ferdinand for his little cameo in here as well. Make sure you go and check
Second
out.
best defender ever playing a Prem.
Agreed. Go and check out Last Man Standing with Bet Victor. Big thanks to them for sponsoring the channel. Go and get involved in the comments and let them know that Stretford Paddock sent you. There's a link in the description. That's been Joe. I've been Jay. That's been Stephen. This has been the Paddock Podcast. Thanks for watching.